Hi everyone, it's Catherine here, and today I'm going to do a tutorial for a cluster necklace. It's really simple and easy to use, and for those beginners like myself, it's really good practice for actually making loops on beads, because you have to do quite a few. So I thought this is an ideal one for me to practice making the loops and getting them the same size and shape. So what you're I'll just basically tell you what you're going to need. Oh, I'm using the beads from the Deborah Bead Box, and for those that you don't know, it's a £5 subscription from the UK, and you don't get a great quantity of beads, but you get quite a selection, and usually I can make at least 2 items from the box. I'll leave a link to the box below if anybody is interested, and I'll basically just let you know what you're going to need. From most of this is from the box. There's a couple of bits that aren't, like I have some small glass round beads in black, and I've got some red ones as well. I shouldn't forget one of the clusters. This is one of the clusters that you're going to be making. These ones are actually my own, the red and the black, and they are just so that I can bulk it out, because as I said, that you didn't get a great quantity of beads, you just get a selection. So this is one of the clusters that we are going to be making. I have pre-made a number of the clusters because you didn't think you'd appreciate me sitting here for hours making all these little clusters. So basically what you're going to need is, this is the chain from the box. All I've done with the chain that was in the box is actually just cut it in half. So for those of you who don't get the box, and if you're interested in making it, this is just over, what's it, 8 1/4 inch piece of chain. It might be too long for what I want, but it might not. I won't know until the end. You're going to need some tiger tail. Now, I didn't actually use the tiger tail that was in the box because I only wanted a small bit, and I already had a small bit that would fit. So that's what I did. A bead stopper. Really recommend you use one of them, because once you put it on, you tip it and they're gone, and you're just going to have to keep restringing. So I do recommend you use one of them. Now you're going to need a lot of head pins, because you're going to be making a lot of loops for your clusters. I've left 2 to do with you. You're going to need some clam tips, culottes. You're going to need a couple of crimp beads. I've only found one. Oh no, there's the other one. Yeah, you're going to need a couple of crimp beads. So there we go. You're going to need a lot of jump rings. Now I've used 4mm jump rings, because you're going to be putting all your clusters on here, and that's going to make the cluster. So you're going to need quite a few 4mm jump rings. You don't have to be 4mm, it can be any size. And then you're going to need some more jump rings. Again, I'm going to use 4mm to attach the cluster to the chain and your lobster claw clasp. Now this come with the box, the lobster claw clasp. I'm using the one that was with the box, and so did this jump ring. That actually come from the box as well. So again, here's the beads I'm going to be using. These 3 here are the ones that actually were in the box. I'm going to be using them, and these ones I'm going to be using just to bulk the cluster up. So I don't think I've forgotten anything. Oh, obviously your tools. You're going to need your tools as well. So basically I'm going to make a couple with you for those of you who are learning like myself. By no means am I an expert. I'm just putting that out there. I have only been doing this a year, and what I've learned from watching it on YouTube. So please don't judge me. So here we go. So I'm going to attempt to do this on camera. So basically you just pop your bead onto your head pin, you get your flat nose pliers, and you do a 45-degree angle like that. And then I normally do a 1/4 of about 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, about there. And I just cut it off, and then get my round nose pliers. I'm not doing wrap loops, I'm only doing just normal loops. You know, you get the edge flush with your round nose pliers, and then you turn. Now don't keep bending your wrist so you break your wrist, just move the pliers and then turn it again to get it to close. Please make sure it closes, because if you don't, it's going to go, all your beads are going to go flying. And that one's not very straight, so let's just close that up. That's better, that's closed up. So there's your little bead. So I'll do another one with you. So you just put the bead on your head pin, you get your flat nose pliers. I put it down to the bead because I'm not doing a wrapped loop, so I don't need to leave any space. So I put it down to the bead, bend it at a 45-degree angle, and then get my cutters, and I leave about 1/4 of an inch. And then just cut that bit off, get my round nose, put it where you think that you want it. You'll get used to how big a loops that you actually like to make. Make it sure it's nice and flush. To check, just rub your finger along like that, and then turn. And then take out your pliers and readjust and turn it again. Again, making sure that it is closed, which mine isn't. Still not. That's a bit better. That's not going anywhere. There we go. So I'll show you how to make this cluster. So basically, I've got my beads, and I'm putting 6 beads on a jump ring to make the cluster. And I'm using a 4mm jump ring. So mine's actually opened already, but you always open, you twist like that to actually open the jump ring. So I'm going to open it a little bit more actually. So with another set, just open it and twist. And then I'm just randomly putting these on to this jump ring. I'm not doing this in any particular pattern. I'm just picking them up and popping them on, because I don't think it's going to matter for this one. Okay, so you have that. It can be a bit tricky because it's a bit crowded. So you just put them back together in the reverse motion of what you actually done. Now, as you can see, it's not actually closed. So I give it a little wiggle, and then when I can hear it grinding or feel it grinding against the end, I know it's actually closed. So there is your cluster. So I'll let you know how many I've made. I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 clusters. Oh, one of my beads is broken. Oh, look. Well, that was clever, wasn't it? So I need to do a repair on that. So let's cut that off. So that wasn't very good. I think I might have one more like that one. So just bear with me. And I'll get another head pin out. I'll fix that one off camera. So basically I have my clusters all made up. Now the middle cluster, they're a black heart glass bead come with the in the Deborah Bead Box. So I'm using that, and I'm going to use that as my focal. Not I think you'll see it as much, but it would be there. And also add a couple here of the slightly larger bicones. Now these didn't come in this month's box, but they've come in a past box, so I've added them on as well just to bulk it up. So I'm just going to lay them out like that, just leave a little gap, just lay my clusters, make sure we've got the same each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got these crackle glass, half black, half clear. These come with the box this month, and there was 8 of them, so there wasn't quite enough to go all along, so I'm going to fill it out with a couple of the 4mm black rounds of my own, and I'm going to pop them in the middle because this is how we're going to pop it on to the string or the beading wire. So we've got them ones there, 2 black of my own. I might pop a couple on the end, I'm not sure yet, so I just move them most of them ones out the way. So all I'm going to do is just string these onto my wire using my like little bead stopper so that it doesn't all come off. So when you put these clusters on, make sure you put it through the jump ring and not one of the holes of the which I just did, of your dangles. Make sure it actually goes through the jump ring. Ooh, making a bit of a mess of this. There we go. That's better. And I'm going to put black bead in between and then put another cluster on. And I'm basically just going to do that until I've put all my clusters onto my wire. So how is everybody at the moment? Things have been a bit boring for me, I should say. I've taken the week off work because I've got a holiday that I actually do need to take. It's been quite strange because obviously all I can do is go out and do my shopping and a bit of exercise, and the rest of the time I've been like stuck at home. And I didn't realise how much I appreciate going to work every day and what a difference it makes to me. So all you people that have stayed at home constantly, I mean, hats off to you. And I can understand why these people are so frustrated about the fact that we're actually still in lockdown here in the UK, because it's driven me nuts not being able to do anything all week. What's it like for all you people that don't actually go out during the week, you know, because you're not working or something like that? So hats off to you people. I do feel for you. I'm just grateful that I can still go out and get out and about because of my job. So anyway, we're coming to the end of stringing them on, and yeah, so this is your cluster, and that is what you're going to put on your necklace. It's going to be the focal part of your necklace. So there's that bit, which I think looks quite nice, isn't it? I think it looks quite good. So basically at this point, this is where you're going to need your clown tips and your crimp beads. So I'm just moving them there and my clown tips. So all you do is you get your clown tip here, pop it on, and then get a crimp bead. Now this side is always easiest to do, because it is, haven't got to try and keep everything nice and even and tight. So all you do is you put the crimp bead on the end. I take it up to the end of the beading wire and then just squeeze it shut. And then you just pull your clown tip up. I do ordinarily put glue in there to hold it together, because that's just me. I prefer to do that, but on this occasion I'm not going to do that. And most of the time you can just squeeze it a little bit with your fingers and then just close it nicely with your pliers. So that's the first end. It's nice and tight, that's not going anywhere. And then you slide your beads down. And I didn't put the bead on the end, but maybe I should have done. I think maybe I should have done. So I'm going to take these off and go back and put the bead on the ends before I do anything else. So I'm just going to pause the video here and then I'll come back when I'm ready to do the other end. Okay, I'm back. I do prefer it with the bead on the end. It makes it lay a little bit nicer, so I'm glad I went back and took it off. So I've popped a bead on the end of this one. So all you do then is you get your clamshell tip, pop that on, and then get your crimp bead. Now I always give it a little shake and then see that it bends nicely, because I don't want it too tight that it's really stiff and it doesn't move. So I've done that, and then I just curl it and make sure it's okay. And then I get my flat nose pliers and then I squeeze the crimp bead. If I can get to it, I might open that clamshell just a little bit more, but be careful that you don't break it. And then, just give it a squeeze. Make sure it's tight, and then get your pliers or cutters and then cut the end off. And then I always use my fingers if I can to close it, and then I use my pliers just to finish it off and line it up. And there is the cluster part of your necklace. So yeah, I think that's quite cute. And I don't think it mattered, because it was just completely random how I put the beads actually on there. I don't think it really matters at all. So there's your little cluster for it. So all you then need to do is just get your jump rings and your chain and your pliers and just open the jump ring to attach. Can't find the end where it's open. Oh, it's under there. There we go. Just open the jump ring and get the ends of your chain. Pop it on there and then just pop it into the clamshell and then close it. So this one, for you beginners out there like me, brilliant. I think it's really simple, quick and easy. Well, it's not quick because you do actually have to make quite a lot of the dangles, but it's really good practice for actually making loops and being consistent at it. So I think this type of necklace, it's nice. It's really nice to wear. Looks nice. Really easy to make. I wouldn't say it's majorly quick, but it is, you know, a good one for people like myself who are beginners. So then you just pop your jump ring on the end. I'm going to use this one as my attachment from the lobster claw class to actually go on, and I have another one here. It's not very good. I've got an eye infection and I'm really struggling to see, which isn't good. So you just put the loop on, well, the lobster clasp onto the loop, and then the other end you just pop onto the chain. There we go. So here is the finished necklace. The finished easy cluster necklace. Like that. I'll try and put it on a form and stick a picture at the end of the video so you can get a better look at it. But really simple and easy to make, and a perfect one for us beginners to practice our skills. So I think it's turned out really quite cute. I'm quite pleased with that. If there's anything that I've done and you think there might be an easier way to actually do it, please let me know, because obviously I am learning, and basically any advice that you lovely ladies out there give me, I do take on board, because you've been doing it a lot longer than I have. And it's like an example, I done a necklace and it just wasn't laying right, and a number of you said attach it with jump rings, and it made a huge difference to the necklace. So I think, you know, it is really beneficial to me for you to tell me what I'm doing wrong, basically, and to all the other beginners out there as well. But anyway, I'll stop waffling on and I will go, basically. I hope you've understood and it was simple and easy for you to understand, and you followed along just fine. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Thanks everyone. Bye.